Alrighty guys, so I believe tomorrow on the 19th, Season 2, everyone ready? We're ready to rock and roll? So of course I do want to do an update on my tier list side of things. I think what I will do is I'll put PVE and PvP together one video rather than a separate one. So with that being said, I don't want this video to be too long because I know how tier list videos can get really long. So I'm just going to focus on the newer characters that are coming in. Thankfully, it did save my tier list from when I last did it, so we can just kind of update things as we're going along. So, I think this is the PvP one, because no, this is PvE, because Valter's that B, that's fine. Okay, so this is going to be the PvP. We'll start off with PvE, and then we'll make our way over to PvP. So, let's see what we can do here. So, of course, the characters come into play. I mean, first things first, let's just get the whale out of the way. The whale, the gorilla, the blue whale. Oh, you guys get it. Yeah, Noel's going to be the top dog. Let's just keep it how it is. And I think what I will do also, just for the sake of the video, because when JULIUS does drop, I'm not going to do a whole separate tier list video for him. So I'm just going to throw JULIUS and Noel. So this will be their tier list. So I'm just going to throw this in there. He's not in S, by the way. He's in SS. So of course he's the Wizard King, and he just completely counters Noel in the sense of Oko in her, so that's why he's going to be taking the forefront. So I'm just going to get these out of the way, and then of course going from when JULIUS drops and going onward, we'll then update it with the newest pickups. Alright, I think that'll be the best thing to do, because I mean doing a tier list for JULIUS is going to be so obvious, like tier list for JULIUS, I wonder where he's going to go. It's like he's going to be SS, the video's going to be done in literally a second, so we'll throw him in here within this tier list video. So that is going to be the case for that, and with JULIUS coming in, and of course taking into consideration the other blue units coming in, it does shift the blue meta in a PvP perspective. And if I'm doing a PvP perspective, Jack, you need to get the hell down, my boy. You do drop off. Mimosa, you're good at S. Yami's still viable, I will say, when it comes to the counter combination with William, so we'll take that. So with Mimosa coming along, Charmy is pretty much on par with her. Charmy is the best continuous healing, and the only thing that Mimosa, I'll say, that realistically sets her apart is the revive that she applies, as well as a few buffs coming in through her second skill and whatnot, so I'll give her that, and the consistency of the SP+. But Charmy with the SP+ and the continuous healing, yeah, she deserves to be right beside Mimosa. I know some people might class her, actually I would actually class her above her because I just love her that much. Alright, who else we go? Who else am I missing? Oh, I completely forgot either Midnight Sun's characters. I need to get them in here too. Okay, well that's fine. Well in that case, Raya, you're going to be SS. If anyone who doesn't know, I mean you guys are probably aware of it right now, but Raya is kind of like the highest DPS green attacking unit, so as just pretty much a solid green attacking unit, so we'll give him the respect there. Lich falls one underneath him. Gorsh. I think, yeah, no, Gorsh is, yeah, I'll put him in A because he's just a very good, yeah, he's kind of like Sally in a way, right? But of course he does provide more on the defensive side as well as the permanent offensiveness, so we'll give him give him above Sally. Then, ooh, Fana, you know what, just looking at where things are right now, I'll put Fana in S, just because on the PvE side of things, on how much damage you can apply. I think right now, before Noel comes in, well, for the blue AoE typing, she's the highest attacker right there, and then Noel will come in and gonna kind of take over the AoE side of things. But as a blue unit, she's still holding it down, so I'll give her props on that part. Oh, we got the tanks left over. Okay, so I'm putting respect on Asta's name. I'm sorry, I'm doing it. All right. I've done my videos on him. I've already explained what I feel about this man. He's a free character. He's got Torn in his ultimate. He's a tank, so of course you want all the focus fire on him. More importantly, he can dispel enemies' buffs as well as dispel debuffs on your whole allies. And by doing that, if you have his Grey Maul, that will then, I believe, feed into him getting invincibility. I think that's from his Grey Maul, if I can remember correctly. So I genuinely do find so much good use from this Asta in like boss situations, or if there's a ton of debuffs and buffs that needs to be removed and taken care of. He's honestly just a picture perfect character for that, so I'll give him the respect of putting him in the A rank. And then what else can we do? Oh, Veto. Oh god. Now I'm gonna put Veto high B. Because here's the thing, some people actually prefer Veto over Asta, and I'll give you that, but I think the only realistic thing that Veto has going for himself is the whole lifesteal thing. I don't know, I genuinely do prefer Asta, and I find him more as a better tank than with Veto. And it sucks to say that because I'm a Veto fan, but then again, we do have the Third Eye Awakening Veto, which I actually do love a lot more. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. But honestly, I would put him high B so closely right beside low A, so that he's kind of like beside Asta to kind of give him that respect. I know some people might want to class him as, you know, being... well, some people might want to class him as going in front of Asta, but I do genuinely believe that Asta does more... for the team, and he's a lot more helpful in the tank. I mean, well, then again, self-healing. I mean, I can't really fight that against, you know, saying that Asta's more better, but survivability, I'll give it to Veto. But I think for me personally, with how I've experienced both these characters, this is kind of how I'm looking at things. But yeah, okay. So this is the PVE. This is how I'm looking at PVE in a tier list format. Yes. Alright, so just quickly had to rearrange it to kind of start from where I last left off, and this was kind of like the PvP tier list where I last left it. So yeah, we got to update it just a tad bit. So obviously the speed boys, technically speaking, if I want to leave Finra and Valtos where they are, then that's fine. But I think just to kind of clear it up just a little bit, we're going to do this. Right, they're still vital for speed, so we'll put them together with William. Of course, that's completely fine. Valtos will always be ahead since you know, he works more on the stamina side of things. The drop off for Yami is real, so of course, you know, I've said it before, he does drop off. Real's no longer S rank because, of course, the unfortunate thing about Real is with the stun, well, a new meta is coming into play, so that's also something that I'm taking into consideration with how things are going to be for him. Still a good unit to have, but won't be as effective, unfortunately, especially with Radis's play. That might be coming into play with the whole barrier. So yeah, happy days. Mosa is going down to S. I mean, technically speaking, I can keep her in SS, but we'll drop her down to S. I think healers will also... I don't know if... Actually, it'll be interesting to see if people do choose to run healers now. Unless people just want to go for turn 1 Okos or as soon as possible nukes, you know. Okay, so I think we should start adding... Okay, I mean, well, this is kind of stating the obvious. So Julius, you get up there. Noelle, you guys get up there. I mean, they are going to be taking the forefront of PvP. Obviously, Noelle's going to start things off. She's going to introduce the barrier meta. Julius comes in, counters Noelle, and will clean up with having a better speed meta play. Because, of course, right now, Lotus is kind of giving us that helping hand in getting speed advantage. When Julius comes along, he is going to be that forefront enemy for that. Character for that. There we go. Okay, moving along. Charmy is going to be on par with Mimosa. Obviously, Mimosa, she's got the what was it? The damage resistance and all that good stuff, like all the buffs. But Mimosa does, and obviously the SP plus. But Charmy is the best continuous healing character with the SP plus, whereas Mimosa realistically is the fact that she can revive an ally, a fallen ally, which kind of gives her, I guess, that upper hand. But in the question of just non-stop healing, Charmy is the best. So we'll give her that, and of course she will get her uses. If you want to utilize her on PvP, you can do so, and I feel like some people will. So that's going to be annoying to see, but regardless, moving along. So to be honest, I'm going to put these boys in S rank because the nuking tactic is still available. I've said it many times. Valtos, Lich, Raya, combination nuke, and then Noelle ultimate nuke. That is still on the table. I'm classing them as S rank. That is still viable, and I have a feel like people might do that. So there's that. We'll put that on the table there. Veto and Asta. Okay, so I think this is where things drop down for these boys because that, unfortunately, tank-wise, they're not going to cut it, especially with the tank that you can take. Hell, I mean, I would still take Soul over the boys if I'm being completely honest. So I'm going to put them down to B rank. I think that's very acceptable. And then Fana, I'm actually going to drop down to A rank. Just because of the new meta coming in. Brute force from her. I mean, okay. See, this is a tough one now because at this point you can put her in S. Because I'm trying to look at it from a different perspective with how Fana's going to work. Because obviously she can do serious damage and she can really hurt the Noelle. I'm not saying that she can't. Once the barrier play is going, if the enemy has the upper hand, then essentially Fana kind of, well, there's not much she can do, right? Because she's not going to brute force it, and that's the key thing about this Fana. She is just a character that is just full on brute forcing damage. So there's two ways to look at it. I think what I will do is I'll put her in high A, you know, just for the sake of the tier list, right? Just you can fight your case to maybe put her in S, but I think in PvP, with Fana, if people do choose to, I mean, I don't know if anyone runs her anymore, even outside of PvE. Does anyone use her on PvP? Not that I've seen. Anyway, yeah, I'll put her in high A at the very least. And oh gosh, how can I forget? You know what? I mean, he's a supporting character. Yeah, I mean, if I'm putting Sally, actually, yeah, you know what? There you go. We'll do that. Because some people might do the turn 1 nuke. This is a viable strategic play that people can do on PvP, where you get the speed advantage. You will then get your supporters coming in, buffing up your AoE nuker, aka in this case Noelle. I mean, you can do it with Fana. Fana's an option, right? If people are going to start bringing in Noelles, but I mean, if Lich and Raya are there, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. So I don't know. It's going to shift in the change of the characters being used. Well, it really depends on... Well, I mean, you can pick and choose your team to fight against, right? So, yeah, you can give yourself the advantage. No, but supporters are decent for PvP. They can help out with one-tapping enemies. So, yeah, we'll put Gorsh in A. Is that everyone? That is! Alright, there we go. That's how I'm looking at PvP side of things. Very simple. So, yeah, I think I'm comfortable leaving where everything is right now when it comes to what I did for PvE. And then, of course, looking more into PvP. I was considering bumping up Charlotte to S rank purely because of the Noelle combination with what Charlotte can bring to the table, but I think leaving her at high A is more than acceptable. So we'll leave it there. Anyway, I think that's it. There we go. Just a brief little update on the tier list side of things when it comes to introducing the Season 2 characters. And again, I threw in Julius because, I mean, it's kind of a given on where he's going to be on the tier list, so I might as well just get him out of the way. And plus, he'll be available on Christmas Day. So, next week. On Monday. Oh, damn, wait, I didn't think about that. Oh, God.